What's going on, guys? Christopher Lopez here with Jersey Beast TV, your source for men's muscle building, strength training, and fat loss information. So in this video, what we're going to do is cover the best exercise for fast weight loss. Well, I shouldn't say weight loss, fast fat loss. All right, weight loss, obviously we don't want to lose muscle. I get it. So fast fat loss. Now, before we dive into the exercise or before we dive into the training, couple things you got to take note of. And without these things, and I preach this all the time, you probably see this in other videos, but I have to keep saying it because most guys think it's all about the training. And a good example of this is people ask me, well, what do I have to do to get, what ab exercises do I have to do to lose fat in my stomach and get abs? It doesn't work that way. So that said, nutrition is first. Supplementation, add your supplements if you use them. You don't have to use them. By no means are they necessary. And then make sure you get enough rest and recovery, drink enough water, the basics, guys. You know this stuff. Make sure that stuff is dialed in first, or at least attempt to clean it up a little bit. If you're eating like garbage now, attempt to clean up what you're eating. Drink a lot of water, and make sure your calories are dialed in. I don't care what diet you follow, ketogenic. To me, you still need some carbs in your diet, but that's just me. But you know, every diet works, just a matter of eating and putting your nutrition program and basing that on what you're looking to accomplish. For me, if you're looking to maintain muscle mass, you're looking to maintain your strength, as you're getting leaner, eat some carbs. So that said, let's dive into the exercises. So before we get into the actual king of fat loss exercises, you got to understand that when it comes to weight training, you have to keep doing what you've been doing that built you the muscle mass that got you big and strong. Don't listen to the bro at the gym as he's doing bicep curls next to you in the mirror, telling you that you need to go lighter, do sets of 15 or 20 to burn lines into your muscle, to burn definition in. That's bullshit. It doesn't work that way, all right? Keep lifting heavy. Keep doing your heavy squats, your heavy deadlifts, your heavy rows, your heavy presses. Keep working on your core. And that's going to speak volumes when it comes to maintaining that hard-earned muscle mass. The worst thing you can do is simply train with lighter weights and, you know, higher volume, especially if you want to keep your strength up. Now, I'm not saying don't add high volume sets into your workout. I did a couple of videos last week where I talked about high volume sets and how you can implement them in your workout. I'll link that video up for you. It's a chest training video. But you got to make sure that you're still lifting heavy, because there's nothing worse than when you start cutting your calories. I'm telling you this from experience. There's nothing worse than when you start cutting your calories and your strength may dip a little bit, but it's going to dip a lot if you're only training with lighter weights. Then when you go back to bulking again or go back to looking to add muscle mass and get stronger again, your heavy lifts, your deadlifts, your bench press, your squats are all going to suffer. So still do what you can under the bar and lift heavy and put the effort in, okay? I can't say that enough, all right? Now, let's dive into the actual fat loss exercise. People know that cardio burns fat, all right? But I want to take it one step further, okay? Cardio for me is not good enough. Cardio to me means you're just doing an exercise to boost your cardio capacity, to improve your cardiovascular fitness. So that's like the elliptical or walking on a treadmill or jogging or riding the stationary bike, things like that. It's going to burn calories. It's going to increase your heart rate, get you in better shape. But to me, conditioning takes it one step further. It does all those things, but it also helps you improve your performance. It also helps you improve your strength, okay? So when it comes to conditioning, the king of fat loss exercises is sprinting. Old school, going outside, sprinting at maximum effort, not like three-quarter effort or not like half effort. A sprint means you're going all out, right? All out. Now, obviously, if you train at a regular gym, you don't train at a gym like this that has an outside portion. Like we open the garage door in the back. We have a straightaway that's about 50 or 60 yards, and we use that for sprints during our workouts here. If you don't have that luxury and you train at a regular gym, I get it. You gotta, you know, especially if you're sprinting during your workout, you gotta, you know, schlep over to the treadmill. Then you have to put the speed up so you're going fast enough, and then you gotta stop the treadmill, and then you gotta go back to your weights where You may have lost your spot, especially if you're using a rack. I get it. So the best thing to do in that situation is if you're adding sprints to your actual training workout, your weight training workout, is to use the sprint mentality, think outside the box a little bit, and do a different exercise that does not include walking outside and running and having to come back in to lose your place in the gym. There's nothing more annoying than going to the water fountain or running to the bathroom to take a piss, and you come back and somebody's is in your spot, push your stuff aside, and just training on your stuff. So I get that. So what you could do is use your sprint mentality and do some sort of conditioning exercise in a sprint fashion. So if you are doing kettlebell swings, you can take the kettlebell with you over to the rack you're working on or over to the machine you're working on and do it that way. You can jump rope, okay? Jump rope as fast as you can for 20 seconds, take a 10-second break. It doesn't have to mean running. And this is especially for guys who have knee problems or hip problems or ankle problems. I get it. Sprinting by running may be out of the question for you. So just take that mentality of sprinting and do some sort of conditioning exercise, battling rope, jump rope, kettlebell swings. It doesn't have to be complicated, all right? So just use the sprint term loosely. I get it if you can't do it outside. The other way you can add sprints into your training, instead of doing it during your weight training day, because I know a lot of you guys watching this like to just lift weights on your lifting days. I get it. I'm the same way. So what I do is I'll break up my conditioning days on my off days from lifting, right? So I'll do my sprints on my off days from lifting. So if I lift 4 days a week, maybe I'm sprinting 2. Real simple way to do this is go to the neighborhood track at the local high school, sprint the straightaways, and walk the corners, all right? Walk the rounded section of the track, the bends, okay? And why I say walk, because if you're sprinting correctly, you're gonna need a break, all right? If you're sprinting at maximum effort, maximum capacity, you're going to need a break. You're not going to be able to jog the bend area of the track and then go into a full-on sprint. So I would take that break. You earned it if you did your sprints right, and just do it that way. The best thing about sprints is they do not involve any equipment. Unless you do it with a light-weighted vest and you decide you want to make it a little tougher, you can do that, but it's not necessary. You don't need a jump rope to sprint. You don't need a kettlebell to sprint. You just go outside and do it and get it done. All right, guys, so that to me is the king of fat loss exercises. If you do it the right way, you do 5 to 10 sprints on the track or 5 to 10 rounds of sprints with a kettlebell. Or if you're adding it in between sets on your lifting days, let's say you have 5 supersets you're doing, 4 sets each. You do 1 sprint in between every one of those supersets. That's 20 sprints, I guess, right? That's a lot of sprints. So add it somehow. Add the sprints in somehow on your off days, in between your supersets, on your training days. Just get it done, all right? So that's all I got, guys. It's a pretty quick and simple video today. Nothing too extravagant. You guys know me. I'm a straight shooter. Just remember, simplicity is key when it comes to training. Don't overcomplicate things. Don't try and do some crazy conditioning protocol. You don't need to. It's unnecessary. All right, it cracks me up when I go on Instagram and I see like thousands and thousands and thousands of likes on an exercise that is not super beneficial, or it's not super doable by most people, especially if they're limited on equipment, or it just doesn't make sense to why they're doing it. It's just for likes, guys. It's just for likes and hearts on Instagram and eyeballs to their page. That's all that's for. Focus on yourself. Focus on doing what you need to do. Focus on the basics. The basics will always win. They will always win. Okay? If you found some value in this video, please like it. Comment down below with your questions if you have them. Share the video, and make sure, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. All right, once I put new videos up and I do YouTube live videos, you're going to see every time I put a new one up. If you have a specific question you would like answered, you can actually go to the website askbeast.com and put your question in. I'll be more than happy to shoot a video for you and post it up on the channel. And what else? Check out my blog, jerseybeast.tv. It's a website. A lot of free training information up there. All these videos are up there, along with useful links, different hacks, nutrition, supplement, training hacks for guys. And last thing, as always, I have a free gift on the right side of the screen, a free fat loss gift. Check it out. It's a fat loss training program, totally for free. All you got to do is click the link on the right side, put your email in, and I'll send it your way. If you guys have any questions, let me know. And until the next video, I'll see you in the gym. Later.